Where are the men? Because every other group has their men. I need other men to stand shoulder and shoulder with me to protect what God has blessed and given us. I am just like you, tired of the deliberate manipulation of my people. If you don't champion this AI effort and be not just someone who uses it, you need to be the one building it. You know who's going to win in the next 10 to 20 years? The thinkers, the creators, the innovators, the philosophers, not the ones who can tinker through function. If the 5 people that are in your circle are not moving with a mindset like you have, you need to move and change your circle.
100%.
You have to. Because if you sow yourself in that circle, that's bad soil. Look at your circle and see how much of these people around me, how much have they moved over the past 5 to 10 years? If they're in the same space where they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you really might want to challenge that circle even more so. If you're in the same space that you were 5 years, 10 years ago, what are you doing with your time?
Greetings and salutations. I'm Alicia Mullings, and this is the Sense Only podcast. This podcast is for those who are tired of the noise, distraction, and disconnection in the world. It's for those who know that we need to be the change that we want to see in the world. Today, you see, I'm not on my set. I'm outside again, and I'm in Atlanta again specifically. Today, I have a wonderful guest who reached out to me to come onto the show, and he received the call and basically stepped into it. And when he told me his story, I was like, yes, we definitely need you on the show. Yes, the people need to know what you're doing and what you're offering. And here we are, and I've welcomed him onto the show, and I'm so glad he's here. I'm over the moon. I'm happy to introduce to you Mr. Albert Butler.
Alicia, thank you so much. Wonderful introduction. I'm very excited, one, not just to meet you, but to be able to sit on the couch across from you to have a conversation that I think that your audience will find multiple different stories, tools they can add to their toolkit to help them become a better person than what they were yesterday. All of the work that I do is directly connected with that. So I'm super excited, and I think we'll have a great time today.
Amazing. And on that note, please introduce yourself and tell them specifically what it is you do.
Well, just to tell the world, my name is Albert Butler. I'm a CPA. I'm a certified public accountant here in the States, where that really means that I help people find clarity in their numbers. From the smallest of small of a organization to the larger corporate organization, I work directly, not just with companies, but also with individuals. I truly believe that accounting is the heartbeat of business, but it's also the key to personal finance success. That when you know your numbers, you have clarity. And when you have clarity, you can make decisions. And those decisions can help dictate your success or your failure. So in every aspect of it, knowing your numbers is very, very powerful.
Okay, amazing. Do you want to expand on that, especially in the realm of family? Because I know you're a family man. So, and in terms of our community, globally, not just, yourselves as Americans or me as a British Caribbean person, but us, how we shop. Because I guess our numbers are showing up differently to, I guess, other races and, different people in the world. I think we have an individual story. There's a nuance in our story, if you agree or disagree.
No, I definitely agree. The nuance is powerful inside of our story. Right. This is the conversation that doesn't happen at the kitchen table. Mm-hmm. And historically, it hasn't happened, which means that historically you have generation after generation walking into adulthood ignorant, unfortunately. And the ignorance begets bad decisions. So my mission is to really open the door to understand where those numbers really come from, how you manage your own checkbook, to how you decide you want to start a business. Those are very, very, very complicated opportunities when you don't know any better.
Right.
So my job is to help you know better. My job is to be a solution for you. My job is to be the person to listen for understanding and work with you directly to obtain the overall aspiration of success you're looking for.
On that note, let's circle back and go back to the beginning though, because at the same time, I appreciate that you've stepped into your calling, and this is something that my personal mission is to encourage on this show, because we all have a calling, and when we keep it real, unfortunately, a lot of our people don't step into their calling, and we have so many people who are special.
That's right.
And I want to encourage that. So I appreciate that before anything, you've received your call and you've stepped into it, and I just would love you to share with us what that looked like, what your journey was, what your story is in terms of stepping in, and also, I guess, stepping away, because as I've read about you and your career and your successes, you've had a shift internally and been more drawn to that rather than, actually, I'm not going to tell your story. You tell your story. Let me
I wanted to listen because, hey, guess what? It must be a good story. I want to hear.
Hey, listen. The horse's mouth, you tell us.
Exactly. Alicia, I'm blessed. I'm truly, truly blessed. And it's not a materialistic bless. I'm blessed generationally. You know what? I'm going to go even further back. Slavery in the U.S. ended in 1863. And most people didn't find out until 1865. My grandmother was born in 1920. When you put a 1920 is a year for a person being born to the ending of a group of people who didn't have anything, more likely than not, if her parents were not, her grandparents were. So conceptually, that would mean that I am 4 to maybe 5 generations removed from zero. And zero from a materialistic perspective, zero from a knowledge perspective, zero from a community perspective. All those things were stripped away. Right. And having the journey through generations to be able to build that up and to sit across from you right now, just that alone, I'm a success story. So I'm blessed.
You are.
My parents made it a major, major effort to ensure that, especially my father, to ensure that myself and my sisters understood the family budget, understood how the money was made, understood how the spend was spent consistently. I'll never forget, every month he would sit us down, and a lot with me, he would sit me down and go through the numbers and say, this is what the light bill is. This is what the mortgage is. This is what you like watching that television over there. Here's how much that costs. Here's what's left for food. Being able to have that conversation with my dad set a precedent inside of me to know that these things are important.
Valuable.
So when you think about it, a lot of people, our people especially, hey, I want to start a business. Starting a business is one of the most difficult things that a human being can do, let alone a subset of that, or let alone a separate group of that. If you don't have proper community of knowledge, a proper community of support, being able to do that and be successful is extremely, extremely difficult.
Right.
So I always tell every individual who comes and works with me, come in my office, that you have to scale yourself before you can scale your family, because your family is going to depend on you.
Right.
You have to scale your family before you decide that you want to start a business. Because at the end of the day, when you go into that business, you do realize that you're taking your family right along with you. And they might not even realize what they're signing up for. Being an entrepreneur and starting a business, you're basically birthing a whole new baby.
Right. 100%.
It's so needy. It's so dependent. It's so time consuming. Yeah. It's so much effort has to go into it that you have to be able to give it. And if you don't, you're going to go out of business. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean for your family? If your family does not have an understanding of what it's going to take to do that, there's going to be major, major disagreements inside the family that you might not even realize are hidden over and over and over again. So I try to stand in the gap of that. I try to educate on that. A lot of times when people come and visit me is because they have a problem.
Right.
They'll walk in the door as a CPA, they'll walk in the door. They have either a tax problem, an accounting problem, a business infrastructure problem, or definitely turns to a consulting situation that the house is on fire and they come to me trying to say, hey, can you put it out?
Right.
And a lot of times I can, but it takes a lot of ownership and accountability of that problem. And a lot of times we do not like to look in the mirror at ourselves.
I was going to say that. That's a hard...
Alicia, I want to tell you that a lot of times when things are happening, we don't take the time to address the 1, 2, and 3 that turn into the A, B, and C for the result that you're sitting in. Every decision that you have made today is the reason why you are where you are today.
100%.
I advocate heavily, always understand that to a level of true accountability and take ownership. And that's when we can actually help you.
Right. When you specifically were saying, when you scale yourself and then scale your family, would you mind expanding on that?
Yes. I have a framework called the 5 muscles of enterprise.
Yeah.
And those 5 muscles, number 1, leadership. 2, operations. 3, sales. 4, IT infrastructure. 5, accounting, the one that's very dear to me. These 5 muscles are not a business framework. These 5 muscles are individual framework. When I say scale, what I mean is you have to educate and flex and work on these muscles consistently. Because if you don't, you find yourself exposed. Here's an example. Hey, as an individual, I have to lead myself. Those thoughts are coming from up here in my mind on a consistent basis. I have to lead myself. And in leading myself, I make decisions that's going to get my legs moving. Those are my operations as I move through life. Well, once I start operating and I can show people what I'm made of, now I have to sell myself to the world on what I actually bring to the table. Those are the arms, being able to give it to the world. All those decisions, all of that information that's gathered comes back to the middle, comes back through the data. That's the IT piece of it. That's the infrastructure piece. It's almost like the blood flow going in and out.
Right.
And that blood has to be pumped by something. Accounting in the middle, that heartbeat. Every decision, every cycle, every move, everything that's made, produced, and sold from an individual perspective and from a business perspective comes back to your own personal accounting.
Right.
And accounting is not just numbers. Accounting is accountability. And then that's where the leveling really takes place. If you're truly accountable for what you do, your success is right around the corner.
I love that. And deep down, we all know that. But as I'm sure you encounter on a regular basis, and as you've already just said, the accountability part, I'm like, what does that look like in terms of the reprogramming? Because as you say, it's starting here, and the mirror part. Do you have any tips? Do you have any advice? Actually, is there even a framework for that? Because I guess before everybody can move on to all them wonderful parts of your framework that you just mentioned, it's all going to start in behavior, mindset and behavior. Do you have anything you can share about that?
Completely. There's a current state that we all have. Like I mentioned before, every decision that you've made is why you're here today.
Yeah.
And through those decisions, you have to make the decision, again, that you want to be better than what you were yesterday. If you do, that's when you look yourself in the mirror. And what's ever staring back at you is your accountability.
Right.
That's going to say, hey, either you're going to get it together or you're going to continue the same vicious cycle. So yes, there is a true assessment of self. I call it a 1-word SWOT analysis.
Okay.
And in that, companies do SWOT analysis all the time. What's your strength? What's your weakness? What's your opportunity? What's your threat? You ever did it on yourself? And I force you to take a real reflection upon, what am I really good at? 1 word. What do I really struggle with? What am I really weak? 1 word. What is my real opportunity that I have right now? 1 word. And what's the threat to that opportunity? 1 word. Alicia, it is powerful.
I was going to say, it felt powerful just listening.
When you sit back and you challenge yourself with a notepad in front of you and get down to that 1 word, because that 1 word is defining. That 1 word is governance. That 1 word is leadership. That 1 word will put you in position to truly know thyself. Because if you don't know yourself, you're going to keep on fumbling through.
100%.
If you don't know yourself, people will take advantage of you.
Yes.
If you don't know yourself, you are missing out on the biggest superpower there ever is. The ability to know your worth.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it powerful. So yes, a current state assessment. We all have to do it.
A word that just downloaded in me is shame. We have a lot of shame. And I can imagine in terms of just that alone, there's going to be a lot of shame. Do you have any advice in that as a specific, how people can shift through that? Because that's very real for people, especially with actually finances. I think that's a major thing, actually.
Oh, yes.
If you're not on top of it.
It's a major thing.
Yeah.
It's suffocating,
Yeah.
Alicia. Unfortunately, what you're made of, Alicia, that's the challenge. Are you made up to be strong enough to even look yourself in the mirror to deal with your own shame? It's yours. Why not embrace it? Why not hold it? Why not respect it? Why not make it your new superpower?
Right.
Because that shame can turn into your victory as soon as you accept it.
100%.
People run from that level of accountability.
Right.
I'm gonna share this with you too, Alicia.
Okay.
I mentioned earlier about the body and how the body has this framework for balance that is taken with the 5 muscles and all that stuff. But if you think about it from this perspective, when you get sick, it's because you're out of balance.
Right.
When when nature gets out of balance, you have storms and hurricanes and tornadoes. When the universe is out of balance, things start happening, chaos in the earthly plane. I mean, in the heavenly plane. You don't all these things are taking place, all to find balance.
Yes.
When you are out of balance and you look at yourself and it's because of shames that you have, imagine the mental chaos, the mental anxiety, the mental burnout that you are suffering through, all because of shame for lack of accountability.
Right.
I encourage everyone, own your shame because it's yours.
Yeah. What truths is money revealing that a lot of people are not willing to face?
The biggest truth that no one wants to face is that money is a tool. Money truly is been given way too much respect for what its true purpose really is. Alicia, I'm a Christian man and I read my Bible, and there's a mighty story inside the Bible called finding and getting to the land of Canaan. Land is the resource. Money is only used to gather resources.
Right.
And when we put more emphasis on gaining more money, especially here in the US, you have to realize that our money is a fiat currency.
Yeah.
That means that it moves with inflation. So you can have all the money in the world, but if inflation is happening, the purchasing power of that money loses its power on a daily basis.
Right. Yep.
I challenge everyone, don't do what you do for money. Do what you do for purpose.
100%.
When you put purpose behind you, when purpose is your guiding light, when purpose is your North Star, money follows you.
Yes.
You don't follow money.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you have an abundance mindset that people that you would never know would come to you. They're attracted to your energy that you're walking in. And all of a sudden, it's like they want to work with you. They want to do business with you. They want to give you their money and you don't even have to ask for it. Why? Because you've been blessed.
Yeah.
And that energy just resonates out of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to share this with you, Alicia. You're a spirit that has a soul that's in a body. That body has 5 senses that God has blessed you with. Sight, taste, touch, smell. These senses are purely just to pull in raw data from the environment that you're in.
Yes.
Now you have to have a governance factor of that raw data. That's the soul. That soul is protecting your spirit. That when you shift your mindset, that the raw data that you pulled in, that's governed by a soul to give you the mindset of what to do with that data, your spirit is driven through purpose that resonates outside of you, and you can almost have a glow about you. And people start walking around, you're like, wow, is that Alicia? Oh my gosh, what is going on with her? Let me go find out.
It actually feels like you're describing my life right now.
Isn't it powerful?
That's why I'm sitting here nodding, because I'm like, this is actually not theoretical.
Facts.
This is my life.
This is facts. It is facts.
Yeah.
That is so powerful. Even think about it from this perspective as well. For me to be sitting in this room with you, to have a conversation that resonates, is energy.
Yeah.
Driven energy by driven purpose. Your purpose to be here to have this camera for us to sit and talk. My purpose to be here for to sit in this chair to share with you. That is purpose coming together and magic happens.
100%.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
So everyone in your audience, when they see this, they're gonna look at their life and they're gonna say, what is governing my spirit?
Yes.
What raw data am I allowing to come inside of me? It's signal versus noise on a consistent basis. That your signal is your purpose.
Yeah.
Noise is everything else.
Yeah.
When you find that North Star for purpose and that signal is properly aligned and you walk in that, you know what you get a chance to do? You get to use the most powerful, most beautiful word in the English language, the word no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You get to say no, no, no.
Yeah.
Why? Because if what you coming to me with does not align with my purpose,
100%.
I get to say no. And that no is respect.
Yes.
That no is time saving. That no is honorable. And the person that you gave it to will be like, you know what? Thank you for telling me no, because I see that we're not aligned.
This is it. This is it.
Very powerful.
I'm walking in your purpose. Before you said the most powerful word being no, I was in a space of, when you're in your space of purpose, you're actually able to fly.
Yes.
I can see that, and I feel that, because for me to share my story of where I am right now, you know, like this podcast is, in terms of this recording right now, 9 months old. It's infant. And as you just rightly said, I don't live here. The fact that I'm sitting here in the sunny beauty that is Atlanta, in this beautiful house, talking to you, having this wonderful conversation, is literally me stepping into purpose.
Wow.
And I do feel like I am glowing, and the things that I've just shared with you before we pressed record, with the amount of people who were gravitating towards me right now, I wouldn't have known. You know, it was like I was on a women's masterclass Zoom call or something yesterday, and they were saying people who were, what are you struggling with in terms of people coming towards you and you getting business? And I just thought to myself, I shouldn't be on here, because I'm like,
nothing.
And I felt bad, because I was like, I've actually got a waiting list of people who were trying to get on my show, actually. Actually, I shouldn't be here, technically. And that was not me being braggadocious. That's just my reality.
Yes.
You know? So I just say that to concur with what you're saying, and to actually have that as a real life note for anybody who's watching this, to be encouraged. When you step into whatever your calling is, and you step into what is looking like your purpose, and as you said, don't be driven by the money, be driven by the mission. And I think anybody who tunes into this, they need to know the mission right now, otherwise they haven't been paying attention.
That's right.
Stepping into that mission, things just align. I literally feel like I've got the Midas touch right now. The way that I'm in a space of flow is incredible, and that's priceless.
Priceless.
I say to people, this show, I would do this. Getting paid or not, I would do this, because it's beautiful moments like now. Me talking to you, me meeting you, me talking to you, not only sharing your story with me, educating me, but also educating the people who trust in me, who tune into this show as well. Can't put money on that. Can't put a dollar or a pound sign on that, literally. Yeah.
It's powerful, Alicia, because I have to further concur that I went through a phase where I have speaking engagements, I'm getting on stages, talking to all these people, I'm working with all these different clients, and there's something burning inside of me that says your audience is bigger than what you're allowing yourself to give.
Yeah.
You have to get out of these four walls you're sitting in. This auditorium that you're talking to is still not big enough. You have to get this message out.
Yes.
And I'm so excited that you even brought up in the beginning, our people need to hear this. Not only do they need to hear it, I would pray that they all embrace it. You know, times are hard. Things are hard. Securing resources is hard. Having conversations with family is hard. Having conversations with yourself is hard. And because these things are so hard, I encourage everyone to always have an anchor. My personal anchor is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That's my anchor. You have to find your anchor. And in finding your anchor, you're not always going to have all the answers.
Right.
No one gave you a rule book for this. Things are going to happen and turbulence is going to happen and take place. When turbulence happens, though, do you have a foundation? Do you have an anchor? Do you have something that's going to, when the wind blows, you're not going to just blow over? That's what's important.
100%.
It's almost like a seed. If you think about a seed and you plant that seed in good soil, the seed does not grow up first. The seed grows down first. Establishes a root system. Then something says it's time to grow up. And it grows up and it pushes through dirt. Imagine that. That seed has to push through dirt to turn into a tree to bear fruit. Now, who are you to try to bear fruit before you push through any dirt when every seed on the planet had to do it first?
That's it.
Challenge yourself over and over again. You think times are hard. They're really not. You just are experiencing it for the first time.
Right.
And when you decide to shift and you plant yourself and you sow that seed to grow and bear your root system, have your anchor, be ready to grow up. Because when you start, there's no stopping. And the fruit that you bear will be so sweet that you can even look back to realize that, wow, I didn't even realize that this was going to happen for me so fast. But you have to make the first step.
Definitely. And I just take action. It's so simple, but there's so many people who won't do that.
Just won't do it.
And then after taking action, I'm like, just be consistent. Like, it really can be that easy. You keep showing up, not only for yourself or whatever it is you're doing, just keep showing up. And as I like the part where you've just said in terms of the anchor and the grounding, because for me, speaking of myself, I'm like, I always say I just trust in the Most High. When people try and ask me what I'm doing and what's driving me, I'm like, I am being carried right about now.
Right.
Because I'm like, I am not driving this ship. A key word I could say, I'm just being obedient.
Yes.
I'm like, hey, use me.
Use me.
And me being in that space and that then puts me in a space of flow.
Yes. I'm
seeing the things that are happening. And it's like, I like the analogy that you just used as well in terms of the seed, because there's one that as a specific plant or tree that I really appreciate, because I learned just only the other day the details of the bamboo, with the fact that with bamboo, they can plant the seed and you're not going to see anything for 5 years. I'm like, that's a long time to know that you've put some work in and you're not going to see anything for 5 years. However, when that bamboo appears, it will shoot up 90 foot, very short amount of time. So I'm like, that's an example of people to just keep pushing through, because in terms of whoever's cultivating and nurturing that bamboo, and another word in that would be faith, they can't see anything. They're just like, I'm of service. I am aware that this can happen. Let me just keep doing it. And as I said, let me just be consistent. And then when it pushes through, as you've just said, it will shoot up and things can happen fast.
Yes.
So I use that as another example to encourage people to...
Let's be the bamboo.
Be the bamboo.
Let's be the bamboo.
There you go.
That's a t-shirt. We got to get that t-shirt. Right? That's a t-shirt. I want to share this before we transition away, though.
Okay.
There's another side to this.
What?
Sowing your seed in bad soil. That has to be challenged.
Yeah.
It has to be brought up. And everyone who you think that's around you might not supposed to be around you. Discernment has to come onto the table.
Definitely.
And it's interestingly powerful that it's cliche as well. If the 5 people that are in your circle are not moving with a mindset like you have,
right,
you need to move and change your circle.
100%.
You have to. Because if you sow yourself in that circle, that's bad soil.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes bad soil won't bear no fruit,
Right.
but sometimes it does. And it'll bear bad fruit. It's the last thing you want is for the bear fruit. Bad fruit that gets used to turn into other bad fruit.
This is it.
So transition that circle, challenge that circle, make sure that circle is making you better.
Right.
And also be that better person for someone else.
Absolutely. Because it's good that you said that, because that's something I say on this show a lot as well. I'm always like, environment is everything.
Yes.
So obviously, in terms of what you've just said, environment includes humans. So it's not only just your physical space, it's very much the people who are around you, and also the things that are influencing you. So as you said, in terms of your senses, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? Because as I said, environment's everything. Because another thing, actually, just to add to that I kind of scream about, and it's a real thing in my own life right now, in terms of a lot of time people don't move, and we need to move. And granted, I say, and it's good that you're here as a financial person as well, finances can make that difficult for some people.
Yes.
But because environment is so important, how would you help people with the mindset of seeing that, it may be a financial struggle to move. However, as you say, in terms of the fruits that can come from that when you're in the right space or around the right people, technically is going to override all of that. How would you help people with that mindset shift?
I'm not going to help them. You just did. You just said be the bamboo.
Okay.
You just said it takes 5 years for bamboo to sprout up.
Right.
You just explained struggle. You just explained what it takes to sprout up. We have to assess our environment all the time. And that assessment, we all start from somewhere different, but we all have the same 24 hours. Those 24 hours can be used on what's best for you or what's worse for you. Think about your time. I challenge everybody to say, time is the one thing in the universe that you just don't get back.
Right.
And if you are wasting your time, you're wasting something that's priceless. We all have 24, Alicia. And knowing that the struggle where you're starting from, for where it's going to take you, is a real thing. It's really called living through the decades. I'll share this with your audience. I'm 48. And as a 48-year-old man, I can step back and tell you, I remember 28 like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I remember 18 like it was yesterday. And because I go through these decades, you can sit back and look at all the decades of the transitions that you've made from the person that you were back then. You're not the same person. You have experiences. You have garnered wisdom along the way.
Right.
You've had your ups, you've had your downs. But again, look at that circle. Look at your circle and see how much of these people around me, how much have they moved over the past 5 to 10 years? If they're in the same space where they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you really might want to challenge that circle even more so. If you're in the same space that you were 5 years, 10 years ago, what are you doing with your time? So always look at it from that perspective, because when you start looking at it from where you are today, where are you going?
Right. Because
now, what were the dreams that you had that still have not been fulfilled? Whether they sit on that scale of purpose.
Right.
It's a real thing to have a circle of dreams. As you get older, sometimes people say, oh, those are just dreams. You can't worry about your dreams. Well, dreams are a gift from God.
100%.
While you were asleep, God's talking to you. You don't even realize it. And he will even give you imagery of what it can look like.
Yeah.
That's a seed that's being sown inside of you. And nobody else can see it but you, because it's your dream. So when you write your dream down and you put it up in that circle, challenge yourself and say, hey, where am I at today? What am I going to look like? Not 10, not 20, but 30 years from now, 40 years from now. What am I doing then that I've built up to get to there? Right. And if I don't do what I need to do today, that dream will never become a reality.
Right.
So write it down, live in your circle of dreams, and make it reality for yourself.
Definitely. Like 100% agree. Actually, you know what? It's just come to me because what will be 2 episodes prior to this one, I had a whole rant about, in terms of us specifically, and businesses, and where we need to be in terms of building. So, and I had a whole rant about us selling our businesses, because basically the episode that I'm referring to specifically is on hair, specifically our hair, and the industries, and how there's so many people building beautiful, wonderful, powerful brands and then just selling it. I had a bee in my bonnet because I'm like, it's beyond you. As I say, us as a people, we're a collective people from eons. We know we set up in a space of we. However, living in the Western Hemisphere, it's very singular, it's very I. And I feel when I see moves like that, that's operating very Western rather than us traditional. As people from the continent, whether people agree or not, get in the comments. Happy to have a good old conversation in the comments. Not a problem. So I say that to say, we're naturally about family, and family is not just the people who are blood related to us. We're community. We're unified people. Obviously, we know our history. We know what has been done to us. But I'm not going to get into that because we all know. And if we don't know, we get to know. So I'm like, we're how many years behind? We're technically in the space of ground zero. Why are our people doing this? Like, we're all an engine. And I use this as an analogy on that episode. We're an engine. Everybody's got their part. Everybody's a cog in the wheel. Even if you're a screw, so you could say a micro business, whatever, you are still of value in terms of how we're all showing up in the world. I have an issue with our people selling to others. It feels way too premature because, and another reference that I use in that is, we all know Black Wall Street and all the other streets that don't even get that much of a mention got burned down. So we're building, we're starting again. And I'm like, if we've got a street and you've got a shop, I've got a shop, whether your shop is an accountancy firm and my shop is podcast and documentaries and everything else I'm doing, we're still on a street together, whether it's International Street, because you're here in Atlanta, I'm in London. Nonetheless, it's our street. We've all got a responsibility to eat for each door, and we're building together, and we're a collective. I've got an issue. Somebody in the middle of our street selling it to somebody else who would have been traditionally a person who came and burned down Black Wall Street. I'm rambling.
No, you're not.
What's yours?
You're not rambling. You're hitting it out the park. Because what I'm about to say next, everyone in your audience might turn off because I'm about to have accountability and it's about to hit hard.
I think my audience is used to it. I stay hitting hard. They're all right. You're okay. Carry
Alicia,
on.
You are in a space, in a state, in a city that if you drive 30 miles up the road, there's a place called Lake Lanier.
Oh yes, I've heard of it.
Lake Lanier was a Black-owned city run with Black-owned people with Black-owned businesses. It's now a lake.
Crazy.
Makes no sense.
Crazy.
And the reason why these things happen is for the example that you just gave. Other groups of people, they have their Chinatown, they have their little Mexico, they have all of these little Spanish town, they have all of these little areas that they don't just have businesses, they own the land.
Yeah.
And again, I go back to my original statements about land. When you read your Bible, Moses went to go tell Pharaoh to let my people go because of the promise of the land of Canaan. If you look on the map, where the land of Canaan is Israel, where exactly it is a waterway. It is a thoroughfare. If things come from one top to the bottom, you know what you have to pay? A tariff. It's tax revenue.
Right.
Because we don't own enough collective land together. The reason why we get separated and pulled apart is just because of that. When you own land, I'll give you the best example you can possibly give. What is a job of government? Government's number one job is to protect. That's why military budgets are so large. If you can't protect your land what do you have it for?
Right.
If you can't line up to understand that as a household, of a household of a set where you have a husband, a wife with children, if somebody comes and put their foot through the door, who is required to stand up to them first? That man stands up first and he dies for that family. I will give another example, and I don't want to misquote the verse, so I'm going to give the chapter. In Ephesians chapter 6, Paul does a great job of explaining to you the roles and responsibilities of family. And he starts off by talking about what a woman should do. But right slapped up in there, he says, husbands, love your wife like Christ loved the church. How did Christ love the church? He died for it. And there's no qualms about that. If you as a man and if you as a woman and you guys have children, how are you going to govern that family? I mentioned first, scale yourself, then scale your family, then scale a business, because life is hard. Why? Because the family has to be together. And a lot of times families, you sell your business because you don't have anybody to leave it to. Because you focus so much on building the business. Like I said earlier, it's like birthing a baby. Yeah. You forgot about those children inside the house.
This is it.
You did not bring them to the kitchen table like my father did with me. You did not explain budgets to them and how the money cycle actually truly works. The inflows and outflows of how this actually comes together. You did not build the culture of the household. What we do, when we do, how we do it. And because you didn't do that, what your biggest thing that you did not do is you did not follow Proverbs 13:22. It says, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. We forget, it's not even about you.
This is it.
It's not even about you.
That's what I say.
It's not even about your kids.
100%.
It's about the children that have not been born that you will never meet.
Facts.
That's the reason why we start at zero. That's the reason why we go back to negative. All these other issues, what all these other groups do, yes, it's deplorable, it's terrible, but God darn it, fight back.
And focus.
And focus. All the randomization of you not being focused, you turn like ping pong balls. I'm here over here, I'm there over there, I'm over there. And all of that is because of the family is not being governed in a way to come together. You can go to any other group. They have a patriarch and a matriarch. And guess what that family's gonna do? What that patriarch and matriarch says we are going to do, because we're stronger together as compared to apart.
Yeah.
Look at these fingers. When you pull them apart, they can break real easy.
Vulnerable.
If I make a fist, you're not breaking this. Right. It's going to take a lot to get through this. So I hope your audience can really, really appreciate what I'm saying.
They can. Yep.
And I will tell you, if you love your family, if you love yourself, realize it's not about you. It's not about your kids. It's about your children's children. So it can be about their children's children. And in every aspect of it, I talk about my grandparents, I talk about my parents. I am standing on the shoulders of giants. Yep. And that's why I began this conversation by telling you I have been blessed. I never told you about anything about money.
This is it. It's a legacy. And it frustrates me that so many of our people are just missing that. And I'm just, I don't know what it's going to take for a paradigm shift, because I appreciate that we've just obviously showed that we're on the same page.
Oh,
we get it. But at the same time, in terms of how I show up in the world, when I will make a bold statement like that or call out a certain behavior publicly, sometimes I feel very radical and I feel very alone. And I guess my package doesn't match how I feel in here about things.
Yes.
And not just about things, but my people, our mission, our things that we're doing, where we stand right now, our history and our future. That's how I'm stepping up in the world. But it's sometimes, Albert, sometimes I feel alone. Or if I'm not alone, I feel like there's only a small group of us who get it. And I'm like, what does it take for people to wake up? I'm doing my part to try and help those who were asleep by showing up at brilliant people like yourself out into, more of a public forum.
Yes.
I'm just me. There's a limit on what I can do, and this is what I'm trying to encourage more of our people to step up and let's do this. But I'm like, I don't know what it's going to take. Because I'm like, as I said, it's frustrating. There's people who are making it as multi-millionaires, and then they're going to sell to L'Oreal or whoever. And I'm like,
Are you ready? You ready for this one?
please do, because I'm about to explode.
Alicia, we are on the cusp of, not even the cusp, we're in the biggest transference of wealth happening right before of us.
Right.
Because to your point, we sell, but they're selling too, because they have to. In every relationship, in everything that we do, it's always important to begin with the end in mind, from the concept of the exit. You have to begin with the exit. That's why I mentioned earlier, where are you 20, 30, 40, 50 years? If you begin with the exit, then you can move in a way to make sure that you properly align to get there. If you don't, when the exit comes, now you're scrambling. You don't know what you've built. You don't know what it's worth. You don't have processes in place. There's no policies in place. There's no conversations that have been had with the family through the years, and you're forced to sell, because the ultimate exit will take place when you go from life to the next life.
Yeah.
And you didn't properly prepare.
Right.
And then chaos truly takes place. So having that conversation of understanding, I began by talking about being an entrepreneur, but truly, this is not even an entrepreneur conversation.
No.
This is a family conversation, an individual conversation that have you looked at your own life to begin with the end in mind, to have your exit. Because the last thing you don't want to have is, I tell people, it's two pains in life. The pain of discipline that hits you consistently, and the worst pain is the pain of regret.
Yeah.
If you are on your deathbed and you are getting ready to close your eyes for the last time, the last thing you want to have inside of you is, I wish I would have, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you didn't, now you can't, and now it's over. Oh my gosh.
That's the saddest thing ever.
That stabs deep.
Yep.
And if anybody's hearing this, I would hope there's a rallying cry that as a group of people, we can all come together to live for a life that doesn't have regrets.
What? Nothing to say after that. You hit the nail right on the head, literally. I think that would be the saddest thing ever, to regret.
It turns my stomach to even say it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because I just like you, want to have this rallying cry.
Right.
I'm screaming over and over and over again. But watch this. It's going to sound like I'm a little bit biased as well. Where are the men? Because every other group has their men. I need other men to stand shoulder and shoulder with me to protect what God has blessed and given us. I am just like you, tired of the deliberate manipulation of my people. Why do I say it's deliberate? Because in every instance, that signal versus noise I talked about, there's so much noise, so much noise that they are moving the needle on us, and we don't even realize it, and AI is making it worse. And we don't even realize that if you don't champion this AI effort and be not just someone who uses it, you need to be the one building it.
100%.
You know who's going to win in the next 10 to 20 years? The thinkers. The creators, the innovators, the philosophers, not the ones who can tinker through function. These areas of vitality, those who are vital are going to win. We have to position ourselves to win in these areas. The readers, you know, they don't teach cursive writing in school anymore.
It's crazy.
Do you know why? And this is going to, I hope, shock the world, because AI has a hard time reading it.
AI is what, sorry?
AI has a hard time reading it.
That's the reasoning.
It has a hard time reading cursive because the loops and the swoops are so consistently different for everybody. It has a hard time reading it. And if it has a hard time reading that, it can't function like it needs to. Boxes, ones, pluses, and zeros.
That's even more reason to do it then?
Think about it. These kids don't know how to sign their name.
Listen.
It's scary. You can't sign your name.
It's crazy. I've heard, and it's something that I need to look into and research. It's on my to-do list, that they've taken all the clocks out of British schools. I don't know if it's a thing over here.
Think about that. They're taking the clocks out. So you don't mean
no words. Like I have so many bees in my bonnet that I need to be going for. Like education ministers in my country, I'm coming for them. Not right now because I'm busy. Well, they're on the to-do list because I'm like, you've taken clocks out of the schools. How wild that is. Because they can't read the time.
They can't read time.
And it's your job to educate them to learn how to read the time. So does that not mean you should have more clocks in the school for you to do your job?
Is it their job?
Well, obviously education starts at home.
So think about it.
Yeah.
You can have a preconceived job description of all these different types of roles, but behind the scenes, how you know that role didn't change?
Right.
So you just said it in every aspect of it. I am a hard believer in training, practice, then work. You train on your own, Alicia. This is when you behind closed doors, you're finding and figuring something out to be able to work it to the furthest you can take it. And when you leave out the door, you go to practice. What's practice? Practice is when you're with a mentor, when you're with a coach, when you're with someone who has mastered what you're working on, and you're also with cohorts. So you can show off your training.
Yeah.
And you can solidify your questions about what you trained on.
Right.
And that coach, mentor, person can fill those gaps in for you. Because when it's time to go to work, when it's time for the game, when it's time for the arena, you are ready to show off your training and your practice.
Right.
These are the things that have to happen and taught at home.
Yes. Absolutely.
Through that same set of the patriarch, the matriarch, those children, they have to come together and have that time at home to teach these things. So you can know better. Because the last thing we want is for social media to train our children.
This is it.
And unfortunately, that's what's taking place. It's so much misinformation, so much data that's floating around, so many things that these kids are absorbing on a consistent basis that, honestly, it floors me because I've grown up with all of this. I was born in the late 70s. I've seen the maturity of all the technology to take place. And realizing that these phones we use now are master powerful supercomputers compared to what I learned when I was a youngster.
Right.
So these things are very, very critical for every level, from the grandparents to the parents of the kids, and trying to come together to make sure that training practice work is consistent in every household, for every individual, for every family.
I don't know how things are panning out over here as such, but in terms of the family where I come from, because the thing that actually I was just about to loop into something else, the thing that I find very interesting, that when I keep coming to the States and I talk to my American brothers and sisters, cousins, nobody actually really knows the history of how Black people, Caribbean people got to the UK. And I just feel like I'm forever educating people, which is fine. I sit in that, but because how we got there, and there's deeper history in terms of Black people in the UK. I'll get into it in another episode, but right now I'm just going to start where majority of people are at, which is, it's called the Windrush generation, who are my grandparents' generation. So basically, after World War II, the country was destroyed. And the English people who were already there, whatever reasons, didn't have the abilities or capacity to build back the country after World War II. So therefore, the government, British government, reached out to the Commonwealth, which is countries like Caribbean, India, different places. So my family, who are Jamaican on both sides, my grandparents got the invitation to come to the UK to build back the country because the people who were there weren't doing it. So that's how we ended up there. And then I ended up being second generation born over there. So I say that to say, as much as I live over there and that's one of my homes, I'm still a very much Caribbean culture and behaviour, which is family. So I'm like, as we starting to now go and transition through more generations, family is dying out because, as I said earlier in this show, we're adapting this Western behaviour a bit too much and we're forgetting who we are as a foundation. Mm-hmm. So the situation of getting watered down, things that were so beautiful culturally in terms of our unity, holding together, holding ourselves together, accountability for not only yourself but others, responsibility for not only yourself and others, also reputation of not only yourself but others. These things are just all dying out. What's that looking like over here as the generations?
Wow, from my perspective, exactly the same. And that's why it's so scary. And that's why I also think it's by design.
Definitely by design.
So if I can break up the family, that means I can control your mind.
Right.
And if I can control your mind, I can control how you spend and I can make you a customer for life. That's a tried and true method of control.
Yeah.
But again, like I say, if we can learn to be together, stay together, work together, and try to scale and thrive together, it's less influences that will be able to infiltrate that type of set. Now, we can talk about the problem, but what's the real solution for it? And it goes back to my original saying about accountability. It also goes to taking a set generation and realizing that you as a collective group have to come together and say, hey, you know what? Enough is enough. It also requires you to tell your kids to take those phones and put them down and to put a book in their hand. It's hard to say that there's a level of sacrifice that comes with that too. And that normal sacrifice is truly just being accountable for how you live inside your household.
Yeah.
But also understanding that it's not just about your household.
This is it.
It's about your neighbor.
Yeah.
And your neighbor.
Yeah.
As well too.
The community, which is how it's always traditionally been, you know? I feel like I'm very close to giving up hope, but we just don't give up. I'm like, what does that look like to bring it back, to reverse it? Because I think the thing that actually will help and work in our favor is the fact that we was once there, so it's real at least. So as much as we're moving away from that, it can be reversed. We can do a pivot, but I'm like, I don't know what that pivot looks like, because as you just said even earlier in terms of where's the brothers? Few, I'm not going to say everyone because I don't do general sweeping statements, but as you said earlier, there could be so much more stepping up. I'm like, what does that look like? Like, who? There needs to be some form of leadership, I guess. I don't know.
It's a rallying cry.
Yeah.
Here's what happens, and this is going to sound interesting the way I try to position this, but opportunity dictates next steps. What happens when there is no opportunity? What happens when you have a group of people who graduate from the high school system and go into the college world and finish with college and leave the university but they don't have an opportunity? What happens to that group of young people? Well, a rallying cry happens. Wow. That group of young people has to either realize that no one's gonna come save me. We got to save ourselves. So it's going to take a level of understanding how to build infrastructure, which is the reason why I brought up the whole AI champion, being an AI champion piece of it, to be a builder of that, to build out infrastructure to a point where our purchasing dollar is so vast, but it's all split apart because the dollars that we have, we let leave out of our community so quickly. But what if we didn't? What if we corralled all of that to build out our own infrastructure? build out our own tools, build out our own way of connectivity, of community, of our own social, and stick to it. You know, other groups, good, bad, or indifferent, when they make mistakes, their people don't leave them.
Right.
They chastise them pretty harshly, but they give them feedback. And the people accept the feedback to get better. We have a hard time receiving feedback.
This is it.
It's so interesting. Like, how dare you say that about me? Well, because I want you to be better. It's a blessing to receive feedback, but somebody to take the time and energy to think about what you did wrong and then to express it to you, that's a blessing. That's a reward. That's a treat. That should be something you should be excited about and be grateful and thankful for.
100%.
We struggle with that. And that's a part of mindset shift as well too. Give me feedback. I need it. You know why? Because I only have one perception that I can see. This one perception means I have blind spots.
This is it.
And everyone around me can see those spots. So bring on the review. I desperately need it and I appreciate it.
Just to bounce off what you was just saying, I can definitely say I know of one person at least who I know is building AI for us. No, correction. I know two people. So I can definitely give a shout out to 19 Keys because he's doing fantastic work building out a whole like AI infrastructure. I believe it's called Zion Nation. Give him a shout out. He's actually doing that. And then also I have Craig, who has been on this podcast, who's also doing his thing over where I am in the UK in terms of supporting us with AI ventures, because he actually, they're both doing the same thing basically, right. But 19 Keys is here in the US, and there's a lot more well known, and then Craig is on the other side doing his thing. He's building more like personal, you can go to him directly and just get him to build you an AI. And the thing that's beautiful about that is that, and I believe both of them are doing it, that they will build you personal AI that will just basically scrape the internet, get all the information it needs, and then close the door.
Yeah.
And it's based in your home type of thing. Just to say, there's two people doing something. Yeah. And we need more. Definitely need more. But I shout out to both of those. And there's people doing their bits, but we need so much more. So you've just affirmed what I was saying.
You see how powerful that is, though? Think about it.
Yeah.
Creators.
Yeah.
Innovators. Thinkers. Philosophers. The two individuals that you just mentioned, that's exactly what they're doing. Those are the ones that are going to be the leaders. Those are the ones that are going to be able to step up and say, hey, everybody, let's come together for this particular effort. That's extremely powerful. And it's exactly what we all need to be doing. Yeah. And thinking outside of self. And then once you think outside of self, think about the family. Yeah. But you have to, at that point, think about outside the family, because that's when it really, really pays dividends.
I think just to add to what you're saying, I think, okay, what you're saying in terms of family, but I think in terms of a mindset shift that needs to happen is we need to remember, and which adds on to what I was saying earlier, we need to remember that we're all family. So, and get out of this whole individual mindset, because even though I've just met you today, you're family. Yes. You know? And granted, not all skin folk are kinfolk. Not all skin folk are kinfolk. Listen, we've got ups. So let's remember that. Yes. You know? However, outside of the ups, if we stay in a mindset that we're family, therefore we're more in the mindset of we're taking care of family, therefore we're in the mindset of stop selling the businesses. Because you need to keep it for the family. Right. And it's not just the folk who are your blood folk. It's not just the folk who have got the same surname as you. It's not just the folk who you know personally. I'm going to change the subject because I start ranting. I get too passionate about it.
It's okay. It's okay. It is the time of it's the sign of the times of what a rant needs to be. Yeah. Because a rant turns to a rallying cry. A rallying cry turns into action. Yeah. And that action will beget a result. So it's definitely needed. And even talking about, hey, there's some that are the ops. Let's talk about them. Why? Yeah. Because they've lost their way. And just because you have a stray to lose its way, that's what a shepherd is for. Let's bring you back into the fold. Because you're looking at something as the grass is greener because somebody told you that greed was better than unity. Think about it. Right. Greed is better than unity.
Right.
How? Because that greed is only going to lead to one opportunity for you, and that's destruction.
This is it.
Unity brings about prosperity.
Yeah.
I choose prosperity.
100%.
All the time.
Yeah.
And those we of course we're gonna have people who quote unquote are gonna hate on us.
Oh, let's talk about the haters.
But I'm a firm believer. If I don't have any haters, I'm not working hard enough.
You're not doing anything.
I need to press down and push harder.
This is it.
You know, and
give them something to talk about.
Give them something to talk about because everybody in the audience, you are a great topic. So give them something to talk about.
What does financial illiteracy cost the family generationally?
Oh, wow. Powerful, powerful question. That question is so powerful that I have to give a disclaimer.
Okay.
I am a CPA, so I'm a certified public accountant. That means I'm certified by the state that I work in, and I'm certified in multiple different states. But I'm not your CPA. That also means that I have to be governed through contracts. So if we have an agreement together, I can work with you directly and we can map all this wonderful stuff out. So anything I say is for informational purposes, truly. With that being said, an illiterate way of handling money is a direct pathway to destruction. An illiterate way of handling money is a direct pathway to destruction. I began by saying that money is a tool. If you have a hammer and you hit yourself upside the head with it, that's an illiterate way of using the hammer.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you have your money and you use it in a way that is, you put materialism first, you put self first, you use it not to sow seeds, you use it in a way that you just gotta gimme, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes for it to gimme. It's an illiterate way that leads to destruction. Not just for you, not just for your family, but for your community. And again, for those children that are not here yet.
Yeah.
So again, if you truly love yourself, and if you truly love your family, if you truly want to leave a legacy, you have to understand that what you do today will dictate your tomorrow. That's a tried and true parable, quote, whatever you want to call it. But I walk that walk. And everything that I've done in the past bears fruit today. Me even having this conversation with you is from things I've done in yesteryear. So everyone should make sure they know that what you do today dictates your tomorrow.
Yeah, and just to add to that, it's a case of if you're not happy with how your life is looking right now, it's because of everything you've done yesterday.
That's
so
it.
Therefore, change something.
Change something. Change something. And to the point of the question, financial literacy is a term that's been used way too loosely.
Right.
It's really resource literacy. How you go on resources and how do you put them to work for you? People say, hey, I need to go buy a house. Why? Think about that. If you buy a house, does the house generate revenue for you?
Not at all.
No. Will you have to spend money to maintain the house?
Yes.
Yes. Is there an opportunity that the house could devalue?
Deteriorate.
Yes.
Yep.
Only time when a house will make money for you is when you sell it.
Oh, and it's got tenants in it.
Well, that's not a house anymore. That's a business.
Oh, sure.
Major difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Major difference.
Right.
I'll tell you a story real quick, Alicia. This is the story of the American dream. You ever heard of the American dream?
Oh, we sure have.
American dream says, hey, have a family, get married, have children, buy the house with the white picket fence around it, live happily ever after. Well, that's, I hate to say this, and people are probably not gonna like it, but it's propaganda.
Right.
Why? Because getting married is a major decision that should be made between two people under counsel.
Yeah.
Because you're signing a contract for life. There is no expiration date on that contract. which means if I don't like you tomorrow, that doesn't mean the contract expires. If I don't like you 10 years from now, that doesn't mean the contract expires. Right. We are coming together to work together for a defined purpose. That's important. Then it says, buy the house. Okay. Well, buying a house, they slap a 30-year mortgage on it to make you feel like you can afford to buy it by looking at a monthly payment. But you need to understand that monthly payment is banked into interest against you that you have to pay. And people don't see that. So over 30 years, you come close to paying double for what you actually purchased because of interest. Oh, and you have to buy insurance. Oh, and you're going to pay property taxes. Oh, and you ever bought a new roof? It's extremely expensive. So I challenge people all the time. I'm not saying don't get a house, but you don't need the biggest house on the block.
Right.
You need it's a need. You need a roof over your head.
Right.
And when you try to get the biggest house on the block, that's a want. Big difference. I need a roof. I want a big house.
Right.
And with every decision, again, that you make dictates how your lifestyle is going to have to be managed. So this is what the banks did. The bank said, hey, you know what? We're giving these loans to all these businesses, and these businesses are paying the loans back way too fast. That means that we're not making all this money on interest no more. Let's do something different. Let's offer people a mortgage that's 30 years long that they're going to pay the minimum payment on, and and we're going to get money from them for 30 years. Right. They manufactured a 30-year customer. Right. And nobody seems to see that. That's the real thing.
That's crazy.
So everyone in the audience, if you own a house, if you own anything that has a loan attached to it, don't just make the minimum payment. You pay more than that. You pay that principal down. You pay it. Why? Because once you pay it, the inflation associated to it, the value of that home or value of that other property associated to it builds its own equity. And then that's what you can capitalize on. That's what you can pivot with. That turns into a major purchasing power that you can have to go do any type of thing you want to. Watch this, Alicia. What if you decide that you have this house that built up all this equity? You want to use that as collateral to go start a business. Right. Will that business be successful? It's going to be based on the 5 muscles of enterprise. It all comes back full circle. How well have you flexed them? How well do you know leadership, operations, sales, IT, and accounting? Right. All these things come together before you make these decisions. That's why you can't just do it on a whim. You can't just do it based on your mind of thinking. You have to have your anchor and you have to have your council of advisors before you make these decisions because they're life-changing.
You know, in terms of everything you've just said, actually, because I know that there's an ongoing conversation, especially on the noise that is the internet. What's your stance then in comparing owning a house to renting?
It depends.
Okay.
It completely depends. What's the goal? Remember, we just said.
Yes.
Step 1, necessity, roof over my head.
Yeah.
So I just need to get a baseline understanding that I need a roof over my head. Step 2, if I decide to buy a house, am I buying it with this 30-year mortgage? Am I buying it making the minimum payment? Or am I buying it with the mindset that, hey, I'm growing an asset for my family? Major conversation to be had. Because if I buy that house, I own a house, but I have 4 children. So this house is in our family name that's maintained in an irrevocable trust that if a trigger event was to take place, the trust comes into play and my children have a governing document on how all my assets are supposed to play out.
Great.
Very, very powerful tools.
Yes.
You have to have that level of governance inside of you when you make these major life-changing decisions. Right. So there isn't really a question of should I rent or should I buy? The question really is, what am I doing with the resources that I have? Nice.
Where does chasing money first go wrong?
Day one. Hey, this should have been the one, question number 1. Because chasing money, wow, man, that's like chasing a bad relationship.
Hey.
That's what happens. Like, why don't you love me? Because you're chasing me.
Oh, man.
When you stop chasing, you know what happens? It chases back.
Right.
Don't chase money. Never chase money. You don't have to.
What do you wish someone had told you early?
In life?
In life and about finances.
What do I wish someone would have told me earlier? That there's a price for wisdom.
Oh, expand.
In every aspect of a lesson, there's wisdom inside of that lesson. You had to pay a price for it. You had to walk a certain type of walk. You had to go through a level of turbulence. 100%. You had to realize that every time I fall, make sure you fall forward and get back up. Mm-hmm. You also realize that as long as I don't stop going, I never lose.
Right.
And I'm not a quitter.
Right.
So if you're not a quitter, if you never lose, you're going to go through life. There's going to be things that are going to take place, and you're going to pay a price for the wisdom that you garner. But you paid it.
Yeah.
So now it's time to share it.
This is it. Love that. Do you have any wisdom? Do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share with the people?
Alicia, I didn't bring this up already, okay. But when I was younger in my career, I used to travel all over the world. And when my daughter was just born, I had an 18-month-old son. I was newly married, and I just had a daughter that was born. And I got put on an assignment to go to Singapore. So I'm traveling from Houston, Texas to Singapore, close to a 20-hour flight. And on that flight, I doze off, and I suddenly wake up flying over the Pacific Ocean. And the thought crossed my mind of, what if something was to happen to me? What if I didn't get back to my children and to my wife?
Right.
Who would give my kids fatherly advice that I received from my parents, from my dad and my grandparents and my aunts and uncles? How can I put that burden solely on my wife to do? On that flight, I made a decision to start writing down every quote, every aphorism, every saying that I even heard, that had been poured into me, that I made up because I needed to give something to my children.
Wow. When
I landed in Singapore, I probably had about 10 to 12 things written down at that time.
Nice.
The number one that came out, actually was the very first one, was the quote, "I can because I will." And based on the conversation that we've had through this podcast, "I can because I will" is the engine behind everything that I'm telling you right now. It literally goes, I can because I will because I can. I don't say can't because I can. I am a champion. I train like a champion. I practice like a champion. I work like a champion. Therefore, I will win like a champion. Nobody can beat me but me. That has carried me through so many different bouts of turbulence.
Right.
That we don't talk about. We talk about the beginning and we talk about the end of the journey. We don't talk about the middle. We don't talk about the valley. We don't talk about the sleepless nights. We don't talk about the crying. We don't talk about being on our knees. We don't talk about the things that hurt us because we don't want people to see how fractured we can really be. This is when I can because I will. It's not motivation. It's not. It's precedent for who you are as a person.
Right.
You won't let nothing stop you. And if you do, that's when you lose. So don't stop everybody. Keep going.
Love that. Amazing. Did you want to say anything quick about your book?
Well, I will say, I wrote this book, and this book is from that flight.
Nice.
This book, Life, Truth, Love, Loss, Success, and Failure, is the collection of those quotes, sayings, aphorisms. But what is really a collection of the scripture, where it starts with scripture, it has a few quotes, but also has stories about where I came from and how I came to be. And then in the end of each chapter is called Final Advice. And that final advice is very short, very to the point, and something that you can put in your toolkit. I wrote this book for my children and for my children's children, but as it has positioned itself on Amazon and through the bookstores, it's done extremely, extremely well. The reviews have been very, very powerful and has been a testament of my life's work that honestly, when I close my eyes and I pray about it, I'm just thankful that God has put all this stuff inside of me to give to the world.
Amazing. Where can everyone find you, Albert?
100%. You can find me on albertbutler.com. Very, very easy, very straightforward. If you Google Albert Butler CPA, You'll find multiple pages of all the things that I'm doing and done and published across the board. And if you need to get in contact with me, I'm all over social media. You can DM me on any platform and I'll directly contact you.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
And you're a gem. I'm so grateful for you. And the world needs more people like you.
Wow.
Thank you. And I'm definitely going to have you back on this podcast.
Awesome. Alicia, thank you so much.
So thank you. And another amazing, wonderful, incredible episode. I'm moved, I'm touched, and my head once again is spinning. I've got so many things, but it's good because things have been drawn up, and this is the power of talking to Albert. So I say, please get into the comments, talk to me, contact Albert, and as usual, subscribe, share, like, and as always, stay blessed.